Hello, it's Helen from Journal with Purpose and welcome to my Plan With Me video for April. I'll be using a Rhodia goal book that I keep inside my navigator cover from Start Bay notebooks. As always, I will be starting with my welcome pages for the month. And I'm using a Tombow Fudenosoke brush pen with a soft nib to letter in a quote. April is the month of my birthday, and it got me to thinking about what's the most important lesson I've learned over the last 12 months. And it got me thinking about patience, which isn't my strongest quality, but that actually every time I've let things go and I've been patient, things have ended up happening in a way far better than I could have imagined. I'm now using a Staedtler pigment liner to just sketch out a quick birdhouse. And I love this time of year because it's spring and it's getting warmer and there's lots of birds flying around in the garden. To add colour, I'm using some Derwent watercolour pencils. And I picked out 4 different colours that I liked and I thought would work really nicely together. And I will do a quick test at the back of my notebook just so that I can pick out the colours that I most want to use. I wanted to keep my colour scheme simple, so I've gone for a pale green and blue that I think go really nicely together, and I will use those throughout my spreads for the month to tie them in. I'm now using a water brush over the top just to blend those colours. To bring a little colour to the left-hand page, I used a sticker from Notebook Therapy. The next pages I'm setting up are my calendar pages for the month. This layout works really well for me. It gives me just enough room to record any appointments and events that I've got coming up, along with key deadlines. And the boxes are 7 dots wide by 7 dots tall. And in the column on the right hand side, I've got space to add any tasks for the month, along with social media. Once I'd added in all of the dates, I decided to add some quick doodles to the boxes that I don't need. And I'm keeping those along the spring theme, so I've got a small plant pot, a trowel, a bucket, and also to reflect the unpredictable spring weather in the UK, there'll also be an umbrella and a puddle. Having the freedom and space to add small creative elements to my journal is definitely one of the things that I enjoy the most. It's what encourages me to stay consistent with using my journal and open it up every day. So it doesn't add to the functionality in any sense, other than it definitely really inspires me just to use it more and just have some space to play and create. For the colours, I'm using the same 2 colours that I used on my welcome pages. Towards the end of the video, I will share a quick flip through of my March pages so far, so that you can see what the calendar layout looks like once it's in use. If you decide to use any of these layouts or themes and want to share them on Instagram, please do tag me in as Journal with Purpose, as I would absolutely love to see them. The next 2 pages I'm setting up are for my gratitude log and my habit tracker. And I'll be using these 2 washi tapes from London Gifties. I thought the colours matched in really well with the pencils I've used on the other pages. On my habit tracker, I write the dates across the top of the page and the habits I want to track along the left. I never beat myself up about empty boxes on my habit tracker. But I do like to reflect on them at the end of the month and just see it as part of my journey, and the amount of filled in or empty boxes tell their own story. At the bottom of the page, I'm going to use those same 2 washi tapes to decorate. The next pages I'm setting up are for my master task list, and I break this down into work, personal and home, creative and social, and at the end of March I will write down any tasks that I still have outstanding and put them in those areas ready for when I set up each new week. I'm just adding some more stickers from Notebook Therapy. The next pages I'm setting up are my Reasons to be Proud and Notes pages. And I'm going to use some skinny washi down at the edge of the pages and then use some Tombow brush pens to add colour. And I keep them inside this pencil case from Notebook Therapy. These are some of my favourite pages in my bullet journal. The notes page I often have open if I'm watching YouTube videos or reading a book, just so I can jot down anything quickly that springs to mind. And my Reasons to be Proud page, I fill out at least a line every evening of something I feel that I've done well at that day. And that really helps to just give my mood a really good lift in the evening, especially if I've got lots of tasks that I'm having to migrate over to the next day. For decoration, I'm adding a sticker from Aurora's Heart. So that's the end of my setup for April, and I'm just going to take this moment to share a few other things with you. At the front of my traveller's notebook cover, I have some transparent pockets, and inside there I keep a dashboard from Powder World. And as it's turning into spring, I'm really excited to be putting my spring cover in there. And I just keep both of these 2 on rotation and change them over just at the beginning of spring and autumn. And it just gives a nice feel to me when I open up my traveller's notebook cover. It just ties in really well with the seasons. Behind my goal book, I've got a Rhodia dot book that I use for samples, project planning and trying out different pens. And behind that I have different letters and emails that I need to keep hold of. One of the things I get asked about a lot is the tabs on the side of my pages, and I use this tab cutter to cut out from old pieces of scrapbook card and paper, and I just use a simple glue to stick them to the edge of the pages so I can easily find each new month. And this is my March pages so far. And I've been trying out a new weekly layout, which you can see here, followed by my daily plans. And this layout's been working really well for me and is something that I think I will take forwards into April too. As always, I will try and link all of the products that I've used down below. These are the pages we've just set up during the April Plan With Me session. One of the other new things I've been doing is using a separate Ranger notebook cover just to keep track of all of my content for Journal with Purpose, so planning out things like YouTube videos and blog posts, and somewhere separate to keep my ideas really for the kinds of things I want to create, so that they don't get lost amongst all my other daily tasks. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, it would be great if you'd leave it a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, I would love it if you would consider subscribing. Thank you ever so much for watching. I look forward to speaking to you in the next one.